Howdy. How are we levels wise? I think I can boost the music just a little. Probably my voice just a little as well. Hello. How you doing? How are we all? I hope everybody is on good form. Welcome back to Balatro chess-like thing. Just in case you haven't read the description, I don't really know what the plan is today. I haven't quite decided exactly what I would like to focus on, but the options are between where is my description? Yes, AI for the chess enemy, which I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do because I don't think I can do it yet, or adding in support for the power-ups and making some fun things so that we can start getting some run building going. William, hello. Glad you could stop by. Thanks for your comment on the last stream, by the way. That was, yeah, appreciate it greatly. And hopefully we can come up with some fun stuff. So actually, yeah, in spirit of you being here, let's do power-ups today. I think we can have some fun. Have some fun with making some different things. And I kind of have an idea for how we can do the visuals for these as well. So maybe we'll do some stuff in Blender to get materials set up for mapping things. Cool. So first things first, I want to hop back over to Eraser, which is the tool that I'm using at the moment for diagramming and planning. It's very cool. Highly recommend it. It's a little bit lightweight, more lightweight feeling than other tools that I've used, which makes it nice and easy to get into, and you get side by side of like a diagram and text, and then you also have like some AI tools where you can type in prompts for I would like a diagram that says this, this, and this, and it will draw you the diagram, which is very nifty. Why have I got an AI outline in here though? I don't want that. Cool. So with the way that we want to do power-ups specifically, I think we want to be thinking about probably building out this piece adjustment class and figuring out a way that we can get things applying on top. So there's going to be probably two different kinds of adjustments. There might be an adjustment that gives a piece different types of movements, or there might be an adjustment that gives pieces like some reaction to something, like for example when another piece is taken, this piece takes a step forwards, or this piece takes its place, or whatever. That could be interesting actually. I don't know how that would work though. Anyway, let's just go ahead and make that script, shall we? So what have we got under piece logic? I want to do, I probably want to make a folder for piece data. Yeah, I'll call it piece data, and under that we'll have our piece movement, our basic piece data class, once Unity catches up. Plonk that in there. Piece template probably should also go in there, and then we can create a script for our piece adjustment to go in its place. Also, I feel like I wanna bring back more cozy vibes in the stream, you know, because I'm excited. I'm high energy for this project and just being on stream and doing fun things. But I like the cozy vibe, so it'd be nice to get some like more lights in the back and a little bit of a backdrop, but who knows, maybe one day. Right, piece adjustment, and you know, maybe we make this abstract. So here's what I'm thinking. We can use the adjustment like a decorator. Because, and for anyone who doesn't know, so let's talk about decorator pattern real quick. So the decorator pattern is a design pattern in programming with the idea of literally decorating or wrapping some object with an additional layer to give it more functionality. And I feel like it's not quite decorator. It's not quite decorator. It's more like a It's more like a builder extension, actually, thinking about it. Because what I'm thinking, and this is going to make most sense if I just pop it open and start getting on. So we'll have a public class, which is going to be a scriptable object. It's going to be abstract because I want to have different types that do the things. And I want this to basically have a method that is a public piece. So it's going to return a new piece object. And this is going to be, we're going to call apply adjustment, and it's going to take in a piece to adjust, and we're going to make this abstract as well. Nice and simple. Why does my music keep stopping? I think it's just my Wi-Fi. Like, the loading time on my videos is abysmal, which in fairness, maybe I stick on a different soundtrack instead, because we usually go with Breath of the Wild, but we'll see how we fare. So in here I probably also want to have like a public list of piece type called applicable piece types. Yeah, that's cool. And then maybe we also want to keep track of, like, I don't know. We'll come up with some things. I would like a public string adjustment name. And I would like semicolon, public string adjustment description. There we go. Copilot being a bit slow to kick in. I'm going to make this a text area so that we get a long box to type in. And I think that's good. So I'm going to start off with a movement adjustment. Yeah, I'm going to start off with a movement adjustment. So let's create a new folder, and this is going to be piece adjustments. I'll put piece adjustment in there, and yeah, I don't know. So while Unity is loading and I'm creating loads of different files, what I'm vaguely thinking for how these will work is adjustment is that we can have yeah, we'll have different materials that we can apply to the pieces. So if I pop open Blender real quick and we take a little squizzy at the blend file, the way that I've set the pieces up, we've got yeah, we've got this extra loop. Oh, I'm not in face select. There we go. This extra loop around here, which I would quite like to use to be able to add like a gold stripe onto something. And then we have the main body of the piece, which is like, you know, we can turn that into whatever we want. Oops. This could be glass, it could be marble, it could be wood. Like, we can come up with loads of different basic materials that we can use for this. That'll effectively be textural, and then maybe we add something else that's like a I don't know, maybe we could just use a particle effect actually, even for some of the things potentially. But then the idea would be that we'd have 3 categories of power-ups effectively, kind of similar to Balatro, because I think this is where I'm going to pull up the Balatro wiki, because I want to understand how the things get applied, because obviously, like, you can have, I think, a polychrome wildcard is a thing, or like a polychrome mult card. Can you have a polychrome mult card? So you have like these different categories of polychrome, or like, yeah, you've got finishes and then you've got additions or something like that. Here we go, card modifiers. So I want to know... I want to know how these work. So we're going to do a quick read through. There we go, yeah. So you've got the enhancements, which are all those things, and then additions. So you can't have multiple additions, and you can't have multiple enhancements, but you can have an addition and an enhancement. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm thinking we can take here. And it's still the same kind of thing where we can have them do effectively anything. So in the same way that a mult card addition or enhancement, sorry, is gives +4 mult, and then a holographic addition gives +10 mult. It's like you can theoretically have both and have a total of +15. And then also, yeah, there's the seals as well. I completely forgot about those, which do different things still. So we're going to create a similar system to this, where we can have like a base material, some kind of like stripe, and then, yeah, maybe some particle effect or something that we apply over top. And each of the different types of piece adjustments are going to map to that different kind of thing. Cool. Let's open up the piece move adjustment, and you are going to be piece adjustment. Whoops. There we go. I think we probably want to give it a create asset menu. Not board configuration. I think, what did I call it? Piece data / piece adjustments / movement adjustments. Perfect. And in here, I think we can probably just have a public list of movement. Is it movement? I forget. Movement data. And that's going to be movement adjustments. And now here's where I come into a slight problem, in that we want to be able to remove or replace adjustments from pieces. So what I don't necessarily want to do is actually just generate a new piece that's got these moves added to it, because then removing them is going to be kind of difficult. In which case, maybe maybe we don't do apply adjustment. Maybe we have it return. Piece adjustment could be generic. Hold on, I need to think about this slightly, because I don't think I have thought about it properly. Standard me fashion. First things first. Our piece. Do we want the piece to have a list of adjustments on it? I think we probably do. So let's do that. We're going to have a public list of piece adjustments. And when we create a piece, let's take in piece adjustments like that. I don't think I can do that, can I? No, I can't. I can do that though. So we don't have to pass in a list of piece adjustments, but we are able to create with adjustments if we want. Let's add a build for that. Public builder with adjustments. We can have that take a list of piece adjustments. And then I do want to do a similar thing to what we did here. We're not going to use movement data though. We're going to have a private list piece adjustments. Piece adjustments. Piece adjustments. Piece adjustments. Piece adjustments. Piece adjustments. So we can't have duplicate adjustments. That's cool. And then I think I probably want to give these all defaults. Or maybe some base constructor, like actually do the constructor public builder. There we go. And then we can just initialize our movement and piece adjustments lists so that we don't end up with a null pointer exception if we don't decide to give things any. Oh yeah, that would be a cool adjustment, is like a stone piece that when taken it just freezes the piece that took it and prevents it from being moved. That would be quite fun. The possibilities are endless. Possibilities are endless, but it does mean that we probably need to... Maybe we don't want to have these as scriptable objects. Or maybe we do. No, I don't think we do. I don't think we do. I think we probably want to create these as... brain no worky. Like their own, just an independent class. And then we can define like a whole bunch of different behavior as long as they've got this one method that is the application of the adjustment. Yeah, we'll just need to figure out how to handle those correctly is the main thing. Or perhaps we can also have it such that we put on a remove adjustment, which I think we'd probably need to do anyway if we're going to have a material. And I also want to have a public struct adjustment material application, and this is going to have a public material and yeah, material index. Thank you, Copilot. And then careful, in our adjustment we can also have a public list of material applications. What is happening? No, stop. Let's make this serializable. Oh gosh, can't type. There we go. I got a new keyboard over the weekend, which is making it... I'm still getting used to it, but it's quite nice. I don't know actually if I had this on last stream. I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure it came on the weekend. Or on the Friday, anyway. It's the Low Free Flow. Mechanical low-profile keyboard, gasket-mounted, full POM. Switches, I went for the Phantoms, which are tactile. I can't remember what the other ones are called, but they're just linear switches, and I'm a big fan of tactile switches over linears. So I went for that. Full aluminium chassis, very nice build. Again, not sponsored. I just like waffling about the gear that I pick up and the kind of things I go on about. And maybe, you know what, maybe I'll do like a studio tour at some point, because I've recently just overhauled my entire setup with new desk, mouse mat, new mouse, keyboard. I've got mounted displays now. The MIDI keyboard is up on the desk. I've got all my board games over next to the desk here as well in a nice big unit. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. Anyway, back to the topic at hand, because we are already like what, half an hour in, and I haven't actually made any code do things. I would like to figure out, ideally, a good way to make these adjustments apply. And I do think it could be the case that we actually don't want the piece adjustment as a scriptable object. Which then makes me wonder if we can do it as a struct. Either that, or yeah, we've got a list of piece adjustments on the piece. So perhaps when we return movement datas in the get, we don't just return a list of movement data. We actually take our basic movement data, add on any movement adjustments, and return that. Though I'm not sure if I really like that approach particularly. Feels a bit ham-handed. Feels a bit ham-handed. Similarly with callbacks for like you know, like on take and all the rest of it. We need to figure out how to handle those appropriately as well. And I'm not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. I think that is kind of going to be how I want to do it. Whoops. If we have piece adjustment be generic, and then for this, I guess I want to have some function. Wait. Wait, stop. Okay, here's a thought. So, rather than having an apply adjustment method in here, perhaps we have a perhaps we have a method on the piece that is apply adjustment and it takes a function or some delegate of a given format. You know what? I might have to refer back to the magic, the gathering stack implementation. Which I've looked at before. Because this is nice. Like add a triggered ability. Card named this with a mana cost of that, of type this, text. I mean this is brilliant. This comment is literally me. How the code looks in my head before the weight of reality forces the spaghetti to flow. And I don't want to end up in spaghetti land, even though spaghetti land is like it's really it's going to be the easiest place to end up. Cards library. So this is just all of the classes as scripts, which is pretty much, this is exactly the kind of thing that we're going for. Yeah, card template, get cards, returns card named with a cost. Yeah, it's just like a fancy builder. What is this card template source class? Modify factory array. What is elt? Oh. Okay, right. So the basic implementation is that it takes in a thing and returns that exact same thing as what it is. As what it is. Okay. Level definition, dynamic parameter, function, effect, game. So dynamic parameter is probably going to be things like the trigger effects, all the rest of it. And then evaluate at, I guess, is going to be, yeah, the order in play that it gets evaluated. Cool, good to know, good to know. So, a function of type effect and type T, where T is whatever the type of the dynamic parameter is. Okay, so where do we define effect? Class effect, here we go. Abstract class, public delegate effect factory. Okay, so method with no body, or no signature even, no parameters that returns an effect. That's the creator, the factory for this thing, or for an effect. Delegate bool. Okay, so there's a lot of delegates here. Don't know what they're doing yet. Don't know what they're doing yet. Unless, can we find implementations of effect? Doesn't look like it. Unless... Unless, because... So draw cards. Are we saying draw cards is an effect? Oh, it's got no reference. Let me see if I can search this real quick. Because I want to... Oh my god, there's so many. 1,123. What was I searching for? Draw cards. Which is an effect. Haha! Okay, understanding. So that's got a dynamic parameter of type int, which is the amount of cards that you draw. Int for discard count. Okay, this is starting, it's starting to click, starting to kind of make sense. And then it's got a void resolve effect. So it's right. Let's pop open the effect class again. I want to stick these side by side so we can kind of walk through this and start to understand, or attempt to understand what's going on. So, resolve effect. There we go. It's just abstract. Cool. Cool. So, does it keep track of who owns the card? I guess it must, right? Dynamic parameter. Remind me again what dynamic parameter is. So it's got a getter. That's, wait, that's private though. Let's look at this interface. So iDynamic parameter, evaluate on resolve, evaluate on init, evaluate. So it's all different evaluation methods and an initialize. That's all that that's got. So for the dynamic parameter itself, it's got a type for the output, I guess. So the thing that it will return. Set the getter equal to whatever getter function you pass in. Evaluate at to whatever evaluate at you pass in. And then the value, a new trackable. I'm going to ignore trackable because I don't think we need to know about it necessarily. He says we may need to know about it. I also want to actually write some code and make something happen instead of just trawling through architecture here, because this is great, but it's not the most interesting, I imagine, for you guys watching. And then the evaluation, literally all of them just say, if the evaluation is this evaluation, then do the evaluate it. So I guess that's a way of then just being able to iterate over everything and say evaluate. Okay. So what I'm thinking, and this is more specifically for yeah, I think we don't want piece adjustment to be a scriptable object. I think it does just need to be a basic class. And then it's chill watching. That's good. I'm glad for that. Chill vibes is what I aim for. Which means I need to not get too like while I'm trying to write gubbins. Anyways, let's try and actually write some code. So we want probably piece adjustment to be its own class and still want it to be abstract. Maybe we do want an interface for doing some bits. Like, you can tell that I have no no semblance for like how I want to architect this. Like thinking about how we actually make this happen. Oh, hold on. Just put it back in the bush like we usually do.
But it looks quite young and it looks like it's somebody fly. I hope it's not from the nest.
Doesn't look like it. I don't know, I'm on stream though.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Leave the window open. Cat shenanigans. Doing bird things. Right, where were we? So. Does my microphone pick that up? The good weather has encouraged kids near our flat to start playing outside, and they are screaming. It sounds like someone's getting murdered, but it's just kids being kids. It's quite funny. Okay, right, we want to have a bunch of different piece adjustments. Let's start planning this out actually, so that we're not just arbitrarily writing random code that maybe or maybe doesn't mean anything. And we want our piece template to be able to start with some adjustments potentially, because we would also maybe like to be able to use piece template in like a shop or in a template for a game, like if we want to have challenge modes, things like that. We probably want to be able to have these things set by default. So yeah, it's just a question of how do we actually get the adjustments to apply, and not just have, like, you know, random gubbins, because it's going to be completely different for each one of them based on what they do, especially if I want to be able to then remove them as well. Okay, right, rewinding. Keep it as a scriptable object. I want my movement adjustment to have a list of movement adjustments. That makes sense. And then we want to I think we probably just want to have maybe we have some function of type T, or some generic function that yeah, there we go. Okay, right, it's starting to click. So this is kind of where the this kind of approach is going to come in, where we'll want a function that returns a function that returns a parameter that can be any type we define it to be. Or something like that. So in the case of our movement adjustment, it's going to be a list of movement datas. In the case of other things, it might just be some behavior, like it might be a boolean, or it might be something else. Perhaps maybe. So what do we want to do? We want to have a public class, I don't know, what do we call this? I guess dynamic value. Copilot's trying its best. And then we want like a public t get value. We could do that. And then here we'll have a public dynamic value. But we can't specify it as being generic unless we make this generic. And this is where things start getting messy. Abstract, because then what we can do over on our oh, because I can't specify you. That's not ideal. Not ideal. Right, we're back to the drawing board. So what I would like to be able to do in my piece, when I get the movement datas, I'd like to look at the adjustments, or even on the I do want it to be on the piece, don't I? Got lots of removers for, yeah, add movement data, remove movement data. So maybe I do want a public void apply piece adjustment, or add piece adjustment. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, we only want to be able to have one of each type, don't we? Of course. Okay. This makes life a lot easier, I think. So we're not going to have a list of piece adjustments. We are going to have separate, different adjustments for a, like all the different types. So movement, piece movement adjustment, movement adjustment is that. And then we're not going to have a list, we're going to have a piece movement adjustment. Movement adjustment. Good. And then we can have public void set movement adjustment, public void clear movement adjustment. Let's have this be equal to null by default. And then we can have with adjustment be generic, where T is of type piece adjustment. Have a T piece adjustment singular, and then we want to I mean, spaghetti. Spaghetti coming in. If that, we want to say piece adjustment dot type of movement. Oh, I forget, is, there we go. What do you mean? What do you mean that's never true? It could be true. Oh, there we go. I'm just being a dummy. Being a dummy with my syntax. Then we want to say piece. No. Private piece movement adjustment. Movement adjustment. There we go. I wonder if I can do a switch on it. I can. So if I know that I'm only going to do 3 types of adjustments, this isn't as bad as it actually, as it generally would be. But usually this kind of, like doing this kind of thing is awful. Like you definitely shouldn't. Definitely shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't be switching on those things. But that's cool though. So we've got now a movement adjustment that can be applied to our thing. I probably want to, in our get, I probably want to split movement datas out so that we can have the get and set separate, so that rather than just returning movement data straight up, we can have the get do that. We don't need a private set. So here, movement data is equals null, new even, movement data is equals that. And then on the get for this, we're going to, by default, return movement datas. sort out my indentation real quick. Bear with. We're going to say var datas equals new list of movement data. Oh no, we won't say it equals a new list of movement data. We'll say it equals movement data. And then we'll say if movement adjustment is not equal to null. Amazing. Perfect. And then we get all those things back. Cool. Cool. Yo, what's happening with Plant Game? I have a plan for Plant Game, which is to redo it in a very different way. But the general premise of this project is to practice more working with data separately to game objects for the purpose of Plant Game being very heavily data driven. My thoughts with it moving forwards are, instead of using the painterly aesthetic and shaders for Plant Game, I'm going to use them for this instead, because I have a whole theme that I want to go with. And then in Plant Game, I can use it more as an experience to delve deeper into dots and ECS. And then it'll be easier for me to drive generative plant cross-pollination using cellular automata, and effectively defining seeds as pixels with ranged rules within the grid of cellular automata, because then we can have plants that react like nicely to different light sources, obviously very dynamic colors, and I can actually build out like a proper sandbox rather than trying to mishmash meshes into dynamicism, if that's even a word. But I can ease myself into it gently and be able to actually achieve the design goals that I wanted to go for from the gameplay perspective, rather than trying to, force it in a way that's a little more ham-handed, because I've decided to not plan in the first instance. So Plant Game's not dead, it's just coming in a different form, I guess. And fiddling with data is practice in the context of this game, which is where I'm now getting stuck with actually trying to get it to handle. Thanks. Yeah, hopefully it should come out nicely. Because I really wanted it to be more like a kind of personalized sandbox for people rather than a something rigid. So something like Cellular Automata I think is a good move for that. And I can still make it look kind of smooth and vectory if I put some marching squares algorithm over the top, or even marching cubes and do it in 3D, because I could still generate meshes like that. It's just a different way of representing the data instead of kind of messing around with this, that, and the other. Sick. Okay, right. Let's actually try and get some things working here. So, in fairness, I think the movement adjustment stuff should be solid now. We should be able to apply some adjustments. Yeah, that's something we need. We need a public list of materials. Apply adjustment materials. I think this can actually go in our base piece adjustment. So var materials equals new list materials. No, we don't want it to be that. We want it to take in a... We probably want it to take a list of materials, and then actually go ahead and say Can I add at an index? No, I can't. I can only... Oh, okay. I want to make sure things are in very specific positions. Why did I decide to develop this type of game? The chess game? This one? If it's the chess game, it's because I love chess. Like, I'm a big chess player. I've got about 6 chessboards in my flat. Maybe not 6, but it's a large number of chessboards. I just really love chess, and I really love Balatro, and I really love roguelikes. And I kind of like the idea of taking some mishmash of chess and shogi with the kind of typical progression of a roguelike, where you can kind of build out this crazy game-breaking set of chess pieces, and just face off against progressively harder chess AIs. I think that's fun in my head, and yeah, I kind of really like the idea of it. And also, like, I got inspired by, I was just scrolling through Pinterest, and saw, I might be able to show it actually, because you'll be able to see the yeah, progressive bullet chess, this chessboard. I've got loads of Hanafuda cards in there as well, which we'll talk about probably later this week. But yeah, this chessboard is literally, like, I saw this and I was like, I need to make this a game, because it's such a nice looking chess set. So, like, you can literally see that is the basis for all of my chess pieces, is this, like, this aesthetic. I am going to change it, because I've decided now that I'm putting the Painterly shaders and everything onto chess game, that I actually probably just want to use more traditional chess pieces. But yeah, it literally came from, I saw this and I was like, oh yeah, I want to make a game from that. And I've been obsessed with Balatro since it came out. So I thought, what better idea than to try and do a Balatro chess game. Multiplayer, maybe. I've thought about it. I shouldn't, but I want to. Because I think, how cool would it be if you could, like, draft a deck from some shed pool and play against someone else? That would be awesome. It's a little bit outside of the scope of what I want to do, at least for a version 1 of this, because I do want to release this on Steam as well. But maybe, you know, maybe I'll do an update that's like a multiplayer version. Or at least a pass and play version, because there's no hidden stuff. But we'll see. Multiplayer would be fun, for sure. Right, okay, cool. So, now we've got this... wait, no, we actually need to set this thing up properly. Because I want to make sure that the materials go in the right indexes. So I think really what we need to do is take in an array of materials, material array, like so, and then we can say for each application in materials applications, we can say materials application dot material index equals application dot material, and then we'll return materials dot to list, making use of link. Perfect. Finally, on the board visual, when we update the visuals, we're taking in piece data. I don't want to take in piece data, I want to take in piece. And then we can say, let's rename this to piece. We can say piece dot piece data dot piece visual. And then we set the materials. It's going to be piece dot apply materials, piece material. And let's go ahead and let's call it get materials. Like that, passing in the basic piece material. And let's go ahead and make this method. It's going to be a list of material. Get materials. File materials equals new list material. Materials.add piece material. If movement adjustment is not equal to null, materials.add range. I don't want to do that. I probably want to say materials equals new material array like that. And then if piece material is not null, we will just say materials equals that. Oh, cool, 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 cool. Yes, 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 yes. Let's do that. Dot to list. And then on the adjustment, let's make this return a array. And then we can just return materials. So it's in the piece itself. We get the materials from. Cool. Lovely stuff. And I want to make sure that that is, yeah, that's all fine. Let's have the index first and then work it like that. Yeah, multiplayer would massively increase the dev time. Although, I'm doing... One of the projects that we're working on at the moment for a client is a multiplayer game. So, you know, with enough planning, it works. And something like chess as well is much easier to network than something like a first-person shooter, because it is just data. It's and it's not real time. It's turn-based data that we can pass around quite nicely. There'll be a few bits and pieces that will make it more difficult, but it's like it's within the scope of realism, is what I think I'm trying to get at. Okay, so let's go ahead and we know that the list always needs to have 3 things. Here's where I'm starting to be a bit dumb. We want you to be 3. We're going to say piece material, piece material, piece material. So everyone is piece material. And I lied, didn't I? It was going to be 2. And then over on our Blender files, let's have 2 materials. We'll assign that to, let's just make new, and then make new. You're going to be body, you're going to be strip. It's not stip, strip. Let's make strip gold. 100% metallic. I am in material mode, aren't I? Look at that, shiny. I want to assign body to everything and then assign strip to here, like so. And now we can have gold stripes on our pawns. And we're going to do same story over here. Body, strip, body, whoops, strip, bang bang. Let's make sure we get these. Whoops. Gonna be there and one there. Oops, put me on edge select again. Strip. Oh, am I not going to be able to select the loop cuts because I triangulated it? That's a bit of a pain. Whoops. Body. Strip. And I am just going to have to go around here, aren't I? That's annoying. Okay, fine. And just in case anyone's wondering, the reason why this one's triangulated and the others aren't is because Unity has decided it wants to complain about the meshes or the normals for these objects. There don't appear to actually be any problems with the normals for these objects. it's just messing up the imports. So one of the things that I tried was to triangulate the mesh, because I thought it might be something to do with this cut that I had made, but it's not. Whoops. And finally, body, strip. Amazing. Save. Oops. Save. So now, I believe if I hit play, we should have everything the same. Errors. Error. Update visuals, piece data. Oh, yes, of course. You need to be a piece. 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 And then I think I can probably just replace this with piece, can't I? Cool. Now we should be good. Yeah, so you see we got this import error, which is a load of rubbish. Cannot convert from piece data to piece. There we go. So we should see everything is the same as it was before. Amazing. Now I want to create an adjustment. So let's make a folder, piece adjustments, and I'm going to create piece data. It's piece data elements. Really? Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Movement adjustment. And I'm going to call this... I don't know, test. Test adjustment. This is a test adjustment that will make the pawns, not the pawns, the strip of the thing gold. Applicable piece types, let's say pawn and king, because they're the ones that we're using at the moment. Material applications, we want at material index 1. Let's go with cheese material. These are all from feel, I think. I'm going to make a material. Graphics, misc. Misc, what are you for? Gold stripe. Surface type opaque, you are a simple lit. Can I not give you specular? I want it to be super smooth. I want it to be metallic. Maybe not that metallic. I guess, or maybe I just want specular, then it'll look more like plastic than metal. So yeah, let's go back to metallic. Maybe not make it so smooth, but make it like fully metallic so it looks kinda goldy. Sure, that works. And I want it to be Probably something like that. I think that's fine. That's fine. Let's put that in there. And then I guess we also need to update our piece template to take adjustments. I think probably we want to do null checks on this because they should be optional. Yep, if that. Piece builder equals piece builder with adjustment, movement adjustment. Cool. Lovely stuff. So then I'm going to duplicate the basic pawn and I'm going to make it a gold pawn. This is going to have our test adjustment on it. And then on our board config, let's go ahead and replace the pawns on either edge with a gold pawn. And I think I might make the movement adjustment for this that it can backward step. All right, moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, it kind of did a thing. But it also did it to the enemy pawns instead of mine, because I'm an idiot. I changed the enemy pieces instead of the player pieces. Turn those back into basic pawns, and let's change the player pieces, shall we? To gold pawn. And gold pawn. And it was black instead of gold. I think that's probably because of the lighting, because the light is really non-existent. Which, you know, if I crank this up to what... Oh, also it's pointing directly downwards. That'll do it. Because I wanted it to have some shadow. Let's maybe get it at, like... global, please. Light, 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 light. I can't actually see where it's looking because it's so damn bright. Do something like that. And it's gonna be incredibly bright because we've also got almost full brightness on our environment light ambient color as well. Let's see what happens though. It might still be black. It's still black. That's given it a very interesting aesthetic though. But we definitely have our things, and our pawn should now be able to backward step, and it can. Amazing. And we can forward step. I just got captured. Let's capture back. And it took my powerful pawn. Amazing. Thank you so much. You know what? I'm going to step forward here. There's also a question there of do we allow promoting? Bang. Player wins. Amazing. Okay, so why is the material black? It has got the material in there. So I guess it must be something with the gold strip, with the metallic map. Yeah, there we go. If it's at full, it just doesn't doesn't show any color, which is kind of annoying. But I reckon it's probably to do with the the way that I've set it up, I can just have it be a bright stripe like that. That's fine. Cool, okay, we've got movement adjustments working. And that also should give us the ability to remove them. Let's also do... someone else, I guess. How long have I got? I've got about 45 minutes, I think. Yeah, about 40 minutes. Okay, cool. Right. What I would really quite like is, I would actually like to be able to call a method to apply the movement adjustment, rather than just going over it to check for things. Like, we would like to be able to do similar to in Balatro, right? Where we've got everything can kind of do what it needs to do when it does it, and it all calls back to events rather than doing the thing. I guess, where are we doing? We've got get materials in here. And we're doing a with adjustment in here. So if I make a, let's make a new type of adjustment called reactive adjustment. And that is going to make me want to go to my piece move adjustment and rename it to just movement adjustment. Because naming conventions. Make sure we rename this properly. So our reactive adjustment is going to be much the same. And then I guess we probably want some public abstract class reaction. Which we could have be generic. So reaction in this case, what does it need to do? It needs to have an event that it listens to, and then some function that it spits back in response. So we want a, yeah, some public abstract void react, and I think this probably can be a T, which means we can return the T, so T can be void. Or maybe we want to be func of type T. What am I doing? What am I doing? T. What did I just say that reaction needs? I said it needs... I'm so low down on the camera as well. I'm like falling off the bottom of the screen because I'm slouching down in my chair. That's what I get for rearranging my setup. Everything's out of place from where it would usually be. I'm also not using my chair's lumbar support correctly because it's sitting like right in the wrong place for my back. There we go. Okay, right. So, stick with me here, folks. We want to have a... Yeah, we don't want to make reaction generic. We don't want to make reaction generic. Because we want to be able to have a potentially list of reactions in here. Like we said before. And then when we apply... gonna be fine as you are, actually, aren't you? Let's do our create asset menu. Hey, my man Felix is here. How's it going, dude? I'm struggle bussing with my brain right now. We've got movement adjustments working. I don't know if you witnessed that. And now I'm trying to get reactive adjustments working, i.e. on some event, do the thing. And we want to be able to define said thing. Which means, yeah, we have a list of reactions inside our reactive adjustment. We want to... That can all stay as is, that's fine. It's just how do we structure this reaction class? We probably want to have a public... We need to have a public delegate something. Or a public... We need to have a, like, some function for the reaction. Perhaps we just have abstract void. Yeah, abstract void react. No. React. Stop. React. Do we want to take in a board? I guess we do. Maybe we do. But we potentially want to be able to take in all sorts of different data here. Because maybe it's just the piece. Maybe we want the piece and the rest of the board. Maybe we want like the piece and the board and the piece that took us. I guess we want it to map to whatever event we want it to listen to. Yeah, we want it to map to whatever event we want it to listen to, don't we? In which case, I guess we want it to have... We don't want it to be abstract necessarily, or maybe we do. I'm going to have to refer back to our effect class again. So we established that draw cards is an effect. So we just have this void resolve effect. And the effect class itself. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to go to the class. Class effect, there we go. Oh, it would be great to talk to the guy who made this, or the person who made this. I might see if I can get in touch with them just to get an architecture overview, because this is crazy. and there's reasons for counters and things as well. Yeah, I'm gonna need some like effect resolution queue or something. Let's have a look at the stack. Because I guess the thing with the stack is that when stuff starts happening, it will like there could be other reactions as well. And that's kind of big. That's kind of big. But I want to be able to have a... I think that, yeah, the dichotomy is coming where I want to be able to have scriptable objects that I can reference to, rather than just, what did piece visual go away? Because I want to be able to assign these things in the inspector. Don't even remember what it was that I was trying to even do. Wait, it's coming to me. It's coming to me. Because we want to do this kind of thing, right? What is P? It's an activation parameter. Yeah, activation parameter P. So P.effect, I imagine, is some function. Don't want to look at cast rule. I want to look at card.cast. Card template. Yep, function cast. Action. Cast rule dot parameters. So it's taking in a cast rule dot parameters. Can I look at cast rule, please? Cost. an action that takes in a card, and an effect.context. Oh, I mean, it's so deep. It's so deep. It's getting deeper and deeper the further I go into it. And then a function that takes a card game and a boolean, which is the condition. So if I go back to the thing that's doing the casting, which I don't remember where it is. Here we go. P.effect is new, apply modifiers to targets. Am I tweaking? I feel like I'm getting my wires crossed somewhere with what information is what. And it's very confusing. Very confusing. I basically just want to have a thing that I can apply to my piece to say when this event happens, do this method. I might have to go back to the drawing board with this one, to be honest. I might have to admit defeat for the day and do some more research, do some more planning, and then when we come back tomorrow, we lock in and make this happen. Because as soon as that's in place, we are full steam ahead. I think that's my plan. I think that's going to be what I do, because my brain's feeling a bit worn out and I need to reset, and then I can come back and figure that out. It's definitely going to take some more planning and maybe some conversation. But anyway, I will call it a day there. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe, leave a like, join the Discord server if you want to support the studio. Patreon link down below where you can get little goodies. And if you don't want to support on the Patreon but feel like supporting in a smaller capacity, there's a link to a Buy Me a Coffee over on the screen there as well. I will be back tomorrow and hopefully have more of a plan for how we execute this. But until then, cheers.